Hello, it's day 79 of the Liberator project, and this is the second take today. Now, I don't usually do that, I try and do it all in one take, but my central heating system over there is still in bits and it was making quite a lot of background noise, so I've turned it off so I can do a second take, and hopefully this is a lot better. Now, it's not been a good day, to be honest. I barely slept last night because my immune system was starting to flare up, and the reason for that was that 2 weeks ago I took my injection early for the trip down to Bournemouth, and I was due to take my injection on Monday. Completely forgot to do that, so I've only just taken it. I've only took it at 4 o'clock this morning. So not only was it like 4 days late, that also the other injection was taken 2 days early. So it's really done me no favours, and I've been really quite in a bad way. So I barely slept last night, and today I've done nothing on the project. I've just been feeling really ill. Now about 4 o'clock, I was I'm swollen and looking dreadful, but about 4 o'clock my face was bright scarlet and I had like white panda-like eyes, and the things are getting better for me, but obviously I'm still suffering a bit, and that's sort of self-inflicted just by not remembering to take the injection. But I've done it now. In a few days it will hopefully tomorrow it will have kicked in and I'll start feeling normal again, so I can get on with things. But as a result, I've really done precious little today. As you can see, all my tools are still out in the kitchen. I haven't done anything for the project, and my own fault for forgetting to do that. But I felt all right on Monday, so I didn't think about it. The something that is odd is that now I don't usually use soap unless I've been working on the car and I absolutely need to. I tend to just wash in water, and I don't use deodorant. I tend not to use any chemicals and stuff on my skin, and I think that's fine. When I'm covered in engine oil, then I have to get out the washing up liquid, Swarthega, but most of the time I'm fine. And I have a very nice homely sort of smell. I don't have any BO problems, and it's quite a nice warm fug about me. So it sounds bad when I say it like that, but when I get allergic, my natural scent changes. And if you imagine the smell when you go into like an aircraft hangar or a sort of big corrugated iron place, you can taste the sort of iron on the air, you can smell the metal. When I get allergic, I definitely have a sort of metallic scent around me. It sort of smells like of iron. It's quite harsh, and that was last night when I started to feel ill. I sort of think, I smell of iron, and yes, I forgot my injection. So that was my own fault. I'm quite annoyed at myself, but I do it every other week, so it's not like I do it every Monday. And I just as I felt fine, I interleaved the Mondays wrong. So that's been that. Now maybe I've got sort of a very advanced sense of smell, but I do pick up that about myself. And something else, like one of my school friends, he always had a really bad breath. There was something very unpleasant about his natural scent. And I read somewhere that is actually a symptom of people that have heart attacks. And a couple of years ago, he had a heart attack and died. And I perhaps should have warned him or mentioned it. But it's something you don't mention about people. You don't, someone you don't know particularly well. You don't say you smell like you're going to have a heart attack. But hindsight, perhaps I should have done that. So I've been, as I was feeling quite depressed, I went to visit my friend Mark, and now I don't smoke, but when I'm with people that smoke, I would join in. Eileen was a heavy smoker, and I used to smoke along with her, but I haven't smoked for a long time. So had a couple of cigarettes with Mark, and oh God, I can feel it on my lungs. So that's been my my day, I didn't go karate, and instead I've been smoking and lounging around and feeling awful. So not very productive, I'm afraid, on the project. I really didn't feel like doing anything, and the say the guy's picking up the Mercedes seats tomorrow, and then on Sunday they're picking up the silver Mondeo, and I really need to find that logbook tomorrow, because it's I need to. I don't know where it is. I've got to go and hunt that out, but that's for tomorrow. I didn't feel like it today. Something I did do while I was sort of feeling very low energy. My friend John McIver, I know from university, suggested a while ago that I should make the Lymousine amphibious. Now, having an amphibious vehicle would be very useful for me, because if I could have that on the Liberator, when I get to a port, I can get to shore and then drive it and have transport. So it will be very useful. And I have looked at amphibious cars. They're on the Facebook page, and sort of entry-level amphibious cars about £50,000, decent ones about £120,000, and they still have things, flaws with them, like there'll be a left-hand drive, or they're not really suitable for what I want. So for as I was feeling sorry for myself, I did a sort of paper exercise to see what it would involve to convert the Lymousine to be amphibious, and I was quite pleasantly surprised that it's not as bad as you think. Now, I own the Lymousine already, and I worked out what it would need to do it, and we're talking about £7,000 or £8,000, which is, that could be once I sold my flat, that could be within the budget, and I might look at doing that in future. What I'd do is I'd take the engine out, the Lymousine. Sadly, I'd have to lose the V4, and replace 6 body panels with fiberglass equivalents. They're freely available. I can do that. And then instead of having the back seat, what I'd do is I'd drop in a Duratec engine now, and a drivetrain and gearbox from something like an ST200 or an ST220. I'm familiar with Ford parts, and I know the cars, and that would be a very sensible way of doing it. Those cars, if you buy one now, it's about £1,500, and that would basically that front wheel drive. And if I replace the back wheels of the Lymousine, what you do is you'd put the engine where the back seats were, make it a mid-engine car, which is what you need for the weight distribution, because you really want in a boat for the front to be a lot lighter and lift up. And obviously, the Lymousine has the engine in the front. That wouldn't work. So ideally, an amphibious vehicle should be 4-wheel drive, but that's probably going to over double the cost of the project to make it 4-wheel drive. So it will have to be, just rear-wheel drive. And, it was quite fun to do the exercise, but I think it's much more doable than you think. And, if I would love to take that on, but I think I've got enough on just to get the catamaran and do my other jobs. But it's an interesting project, and it was a really nice sort of exercise, and it made me feel a lot better for doing it. So maybe, I will do some sketches and put them on the Facebook page. There's already some amphibious cars on the Facebook page, but I sort of sketch out what I might do. And, depending on what the world situation is and what's happening in my life, I might consider doing that. I think I could certainly make it for less than £10,000, and it'll be very, very useful to have. So maybe, it's a thought exercise, and it was just sort of something I did because I didn't feel like actually doing anything constructive. So anyway, that was today. Not much to report, and I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully I'll feel better and actually do something, like find a logbook. Okay, see you tomorrow. Good night.